Hi, welcome back to another movie review. Today it's on the 2005 remake of King Kong. So the plot of this movie is that this guy named Carl Denham, played by Jack Black, is a film director who wants to direct a movie, and he wants it to be big and like a really good thing. So he goes on a boat ride with a bunch of people to an island called Skull Island, and they find this giant ape called King Kong, and of course they're terrified of him and think he's a monster. And there's like a whole bunch of creatures on the island, and they capture him and take him back home. And of course, a bunch of chaos ensues. Everyone thinks he's a giant monster, but the an actress named Ann Darrow, played by Naomi Watts, is forms a bit of a friendship with King Kong and realizes that he's actually a very sweet ape despite his giant large size, and she tries to let the military not shoot him down and tries to think of a way to make everything better and get the movie ready. I do like this movie, though I do have my issue with it. I'll get to that in a second, but I've never seen the original King Kong from the 30s. Maybe I might check it out tonight, but I quite like this movie as for a remake that I get for a really famous movie. I actually thought it was quite good. The effects are spectacular. Well, for 2005, I mean, sure, it's not that old, but I still think they look good. Like all the jungles and all the monsters. It actually looks pretty good. It kind of reminds me. It's like a Jurassic Park with better effects, kind of. I guess that's one way to put it. Well, slightly better effects. And the cast is still good. Adrian Brody, Jack Black, he's always a fun actor. Naomi Watts, and they really work well together when they're on the island together. They interact with each other, and their chemistry is really good. But the one problem I have with this movie, it's too freaking long. I'm not normally one to criticize a movie's length, well, for the most part, but this movie is way too long. It's 3 hours and 7 minutes. 3 hours and 7 minutes? It could have just been like 2 hours and 10 minutes. That would have been fine, but like, really, I mean, I know Peter Jackson directed this, and yeah, he did Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings made sense because it was a big, epic franchise that showed like a big, grand world, and they were based on really long books. King Kong was just a one and done remake. I mean, the pacing's fine. I mean, I was never really bored. I mean, all the island, Skull Island, looked really good, like all the jungles and stuff. It looked fine, and the acting, there's not really a bunch of overwritten dialogue, thank God. And yeah, I mean, I know the poster for the movie shows like King Kong on on top of a like he's on the side of a building and all the planes are coming. That's actually not until the end of the movie, so that's kind of false advertising. But I mean, if you have the patience, I think you'll watch it fine. I mean, it's good. I mean, I think I do kind of prefer Kong Skull Island because it's shorter, and yeah, it for a remake of a beloved classic movie, I think it's quite good. If you have the time and patience, I think you'll quite enjoy it. It's a fun monster movie that it gives you what you want, just a fun adventure, and I thought it was pretty good, especially, and not to mention some impressive effects for the time. So that's my review of King Kong. So see you later.